Welcome to the vlog. After I finished my pry drop, which was in my last video, up here somewhere, I went ahead and I finished a custom order for my aunt. She wanted a t-shirt, so I finished that, and she's gonna show up to try it on in a couple days. I also got an order from another family member to make one of these mesh bags that I love making in a cornflower color. So I did that, and when I did this, I realized that I really like making these, so I could probably put these up as custom orders on my website. So I also started making a white one so that I have a couple examples, I guess, in the photos. So once I finish this and get a photo of it, I will make that live. I tend to do theme drops every other month. That's kind of been my plan this year. But in June, I don't have a theme drop, but I basically just put up whatever I made at that time, like in the month, I guess. I have the blue one. I'm gonna make a white one. And then I think I'm looking at my yarn to see what other colors I have a lot of. And I do have a lot of purple. Yeah, so I might make a purple one as well, just to have some options. But I might also put the listing up and live with only those two. I don't know. I'll have to take the photos and see how it looks and everything, and see if I feel like I need another example color. But it's going to be the same colors as I have for my bucket hats, because it's the same yarn. So it's very easy to just bring over the same color scheme. And it's pretty fitting, because if you watch my last video, I ordered a lot of yarn kind of in a panic. So I have a lot of yarn, cotton yarn specifically. I could also make a dark brown one. I could make a pink one. There's a lot of noise happening outside right now. But yeah, so that bag is what I'm working on right now. I just finished this earlier today, and I took some photos and some videos of it. Ooh, let me show you a gadget I got. I guess it's not that exciting just to look at it, because it doesn't look like much, but this is a monitor. Let me actually show you how it works. So you pair it to your phone, and then it attaches to the back of your phone, so that when I'm filming myself using the back camera, which is way better than the front camera, I can see myself. I can see what I'm filming, which is pretty nice. Because I've noticed that some of my short form content is not like amazing, even though I have a good camera on my phone. And everyone says to film with your back camera, but that's hard, because how the heck do I know if I'm even in frame? So hopefully that thing will help. Should we do the satisfying plastic film pull together? I haven't taken it off yet. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, that's what that's for. That's a new gadget that I just got. It's not a need, it's a want, you know, but hopefully it'll help. I did already use it today to film some of that bag. Let's make bag. Good morning. Yesterday, I ended up finishing the bag. I just need to weave in my ends, and it looks good. I did try something different this time though. I did, instead of the seam, where is the seam? I tried to make the seam go right up the side here, but because you don't turn your rows, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but the seam goes right here and it skews up this way. So because you don't turn your rows on the body portion, it's gonna skew anyway and not be on the side. So I might try on the next one, try to perfect that even more, I guess. But yeah, I've got a standard white one. Looks good. I need to weave in the ends on that and take some photos, and then I think I'll be good to get the listing up. Other than that, I'm not really sure what the plans are today, but I'm definitely going to finish this up and then take some photos and get the listing up. I didn't film much of me making this because I was in pain, but I'm feeling better today. Let's get to it, I guess. Oh hey, yesterday after I talked to you last, fate decided for me what I was gonna make because I got a message about a custom order. So I made a bucket hat with Norway on it for football or something. I don't know. I just do what I'm told. So that's what I spent my evening doing yesterday. Not quite sure what I'm gonna get up to today, so I guess we'll just see. Oh hey, it's been a couple hours. I realized that for my custom order bandanas, I have photos of every single one except for 2 of them. And that's these 2. We've got pistachio, we've got hunter green. So since I don't really have any other ideas right now, I'm gonna whip up these 2 so that I can take photos of them and get them up, and then I have a photo of all of the colors of the bandanas. I also went ahead and added, because obviously I did the same thing with the bucket hats and I made one in each color. So I had a photo of all of them, but then I ended up with, you know, about 20 to 25 bucket hats. So what I ended up doing was putting those up on my website as individual listings, so that in case someone wants a bucket hat in pistachio or something, they are not deterred by the custom order waiting time. Because obviously it's here, it's done, it's just lying around. So there's no real point to me like holding on to it just in case someone orders it as a custom order. Obviously, I don't know if people are seeing the custom listing and going, no, that takes too long. But I feel like that's a reasonable thing to assume could happen, you know? So just in case someone wants one and I already have it made, it is now up on the website. I think I'm gonna do the same thing with the bandanas, probably, but I've just done the bucket hats for now. And also, the custom mesh bags are also available. So if you're interested, the link is down below. But for now, I'm gonna make these 2 bandanas, at least one. I don't remember how long it takes me to make one bandana. And I also don't know if I've timed myself or paid attention recently, because I think I timed myself that it took me like an hour and a half. Maybe I should time myself, just for fun. I'm gonna make this one, and I'm gonna time myself, and we're gonna see how long it takes me. Alrighty, she is finished. It looks really nice. I love this color so much. And making this took me 56 minutes. I didn't weave in my end though, but I think we can confidently say it takes me about an hour to make a bandana. These used to be my bread and butter. I used to make these non-stop. Didn't matter if anyone was buying them, I was just making them because I loved it so much. I don't have the same excitement about making these. I don't mind it, but I don't have that same like obsession with making them, I guess. But that's fine. This is ready to be taken a photo of and put up on the website. It is up on the website, but put the photo up. And then only the dark green remains. However, I'm not in the mood, so we might do that later. But as of right now, I'm gonna take a break. I didn't like push myself or rush at all to make that, but I'm still noticing it in my wrists. So break time, maybe snack time, and then I'll let you know if I do anything else later. Good morning. I woke up to a message today. I've had all of my chenille yarn for sale for like 2 months, 2.5 months, and I woke up today to a bid on it, which was ridiculous. But there's been no interest, so I gave a counter bid and they accepted it. So I'm losing a lot of money on this sale, but I saw on their profile that they crochet and sell amigurumi. So in a way, it feels like I'm supporting a fellow small business person. So I'm okay with it. Also, it's just taking space at this point, so I don't mind just getting rid of it. The plan today is date night. We're going out to dinner and then we're gonna watch the Mandalorian movie. And I'm so excited about that movie. I hope it's good. I'm more of a Star Trek kind of gal than a Star Wars, but I do really love the Mandalorian show. So I'm excited to see if it's any good. I can pack up all of that yarn and take it to a mailbox or something when we're going out anyway. And then I'll have an entire cubby or whatever in my cube shelf empty, which is gonna be great because it's a lot of yarn just sitting there. So I think in total it's like 800 grams of yarn or something that I'm never gonna use. Good riddance, really. So I'm gonna pack that up and get it ready. And then I think I'm gonna try to, because obviously the dinner and movie isn't until later. So I think I'm gonna try to make this final bandana and actually get all of that done. It is Thursday, and on my way home from the doctor today, I went and picked up my new employee. Here she is. She will be taking over tasks such as, this looks weird with bangs, and this is made for someone that doesn't have a double XL big ass dome like I do. I feel like she needs a name. Give me some suggestions. I am really tired today, and turning on a show and crocheting sounds lovely. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I have been wanting to make one of those bags where you do 3 granny squares and you fold them together and it makes a bag. So I looked at my yarn and I found some colors that I'm pretty sure I have enough of. So we're gonna do a green stripe situation. So I have hunter green and pistachio. I think they go very well together. They're gonna make a cute bag. I'm not gonna find a pattern for this because it seems pretty easy. I'm just gonna make 3 granny squares. I'm not gonna make a very big bag, maybe like something like that, more like a shoulder bag situation. And then we'll put them together and figure out some kind of strap, I guess, once that is done. So let's get started. All right, I finished my first square. It's giving turtle, very nice and summery. So if this was the bottom square, it's gonna look like this. So this is gonna be the width of it. So it is gonna be more of like a handbag type of a size, which I think is gonna be good for trying it out and seeing how it turns out. And also making sure that I have enough yarn. I do think I will, because this green that I started with was barely there and I got through an entire square, so that's good. I ended up I did 10 rounds and I started with the dark green and ended with the light green. So when I attach the squares together, I'm probably going to do that with slip stitches, and that's going to be in the dark green to get like a nice contrast line between them. So yeah, now all that remains is to make 2 more of these squares. Alrighty, excuse the lighting, it's getting late, but we're making some great progress. It's a little wrinkly right now, but I finished slip stitching the squares or the triangles or whatever together. And I started doing a row on the top here, but I actually ran out of my yarn up here, so I didn't get to finish it all the way around. It's looking really cute, and I think this is a good size for like just a little purse rather than like a big bag. So I think with some short straps, it's going to be the perfect like shoulder bag. I'm thinking about how to do the straps, and I'm not entirely sure, because obviously this is just like a stitch here in the corner that I can attach to. So I'm wondering if I do a chain, either a chain or a foundation single crochet, and then I go around on each side of that, possibly. I have seen people do 2 separate straps and then you tie them at the top. But for a purse this small, I don't really feel like that makes sense. So I want it to be one continuous strap. I think that's probably the best idea. And what I'm wondering, well, would that make sense? I was thinking I could do the lighter green as the center so that it's kind of like a striped look. But now I'm doing a row of dark green along the entire top. So would that look too disconnected maybe here? Because it wouldn't, the light green wouldn't like flow. It would be interrupted by this row. Maybe I just do the dark green. Yeah, let's just do the dark green. So I'll keep going where my yarn ran out. I'll keep going and fasten off down here. And then I'll get a probably foundation single crochet from one end to the other end. And then I'll go all the way around on this side, flip it, and go all the way around on this side. I'm not even sure if this is going to work, but we're going to try. I haven't watched a single tutorial or seen a single person make this. I've just seen photos of it and thought, so cool. So we'll just give it a try and we'll see what happens. Alrighty, good morning. I did end up finishing the bag yesterday. It turned out really cute. By the time I weaved in all the ends, it was like midnight and I had to go to bed. But I think the strap turned out good. I did 3 rounds on each side. And while I was making it, I was thinking maybe I could have gone away with 2. And I still think I probably could have, because it is kind of thick, but also you want it to be thick enough to be able to hold stuff. I won't be lining this, I don't think, but it ended up really nice and I really like it. I like the colors. I think I might save this for my summer drop in July instead of just putting it up right now. So this guy is done, which is nice. And then there's one last thing I want to make for this video, and it is a Japanese knot bag. Because I am, in fact, just like other girls. And when Passionate Kelsey makes something, I want to make it too. So I'm going to pick out some yarn, something that I have enough of. Just looking right now, I want to do a solid color and something that's not too dark. So I have some pinks. I have some light purple. I probably have enough of the same light green that I just used as well. But yeah, I think this is a pattern by Sweet Softies, I think it's called. So I'm gonna pull that up and we're gonna make a Japanese knot bag. And just like that, it is finished. It looks so cute. This was such a treat to make. The moss stitch also, it looks so nice. It's fun to make. I'm pleased. This was great. The pattern is called the Mosu bag by Sweet Softies. I'll link it below. Great pattern. You could probably also very easily modify this by using thinner or thicker yarn or something like that. This did call for DK weight yarn and a 5mm hook, and it has a lot of drape. It's very flowy and nice. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. That's lovely. And then you just put it on your wrist like this. Turned out really nice. Let's see, this is where I sewed it up on the other side. There might be a better way to do it, but I think this looks fine, personally. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. It turned out really nice. It was fun to make, which is the best combination you can have. It did, however, take me most of the workday today. It is now 3:30. I did, you know, eat and do other things, but I'm gonna guess it took me about like 3 hours, maybe, around there, which isn't bad, really. This video accidentally turned into a bit of a bag vlog of sorts. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.